तव कथामृतम् तप्तजीवनम् कविभिरीडितम् कल्मषापहम् श्रवणमङ्गलम् श्रीमदाततम् भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः।
ॐ तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः. We are studying the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, meeting after a little gap, 4 days, and we were in the chapter is Durga Puja Festival, and we are in Monday, September 29, 1884, the third day of Durga Puja. And Sri Ramakrishna seems to be in his own room. So we continue from where we stopped. Last para was the devotees were engaged in a game of Golokdham, that dice-like game. And Sri Ramakrishna said, there was something special. कहाँ गया वो? अभी देखा था, अभी गया. He said to M aside, don't play anymore. But others were playing. So now that incident is over. Now Sri Ramakrishna was sitting on the small coach in his room. Narendra, Baburam, Bhavanath and M were sitting on the floor. Narendra referred to various religious sects, the Ghoshpada, Panchanami and others. These sects are, as Thakur is telling, offshoots of Vaishnavism, and they practice very dirty practices. And Thakur is telling that, sir, Narendra has heard about them and he has referred them to the master. And others of that type. We heard that Karta Bhaja, like that. Sri Ramakrishna described their views. He knows about them. He described their views and condemned their immoral practices. Straight away, right off. He said that they could not follow the right course of spiritual discipline, but enjoyed sensuous pleasures in the name of religion. Master to Narendra, you need not listen to these things. The Bhairavas and the Bhairavis of the Tantric sect also follow this kind of discipline. Thakur has added one. They are Vaishnavas, and Thakur has added the Tantric. While in Banaras, I was taken to one of their mystic circles. So it is not only among the even Bengalis or in Bengal, but in Banaras also. Each Bhairava had a Bhairavi with him. I was asked to drink the consecrated wine, but I said I couldn't touch wine. They drank it. I thought perhaps they would then practice meditation. He has seen in Dakshineshwar that Achalananda and others practice meditation and japa, but nothing of the sort. They began to dance. I was afraid they might fall into the Ganges. The circle had been made on its banks. It is very honorable for husband and wife to assume the roles of Bhairava and Bhairavi among them. So it tells us that it is not necessary. One Bhairava is one Bhairavi. If husband and wife do, then they think it is honorable. To Narendra and the others who have heard their names, because they are inner circle or close people. Let me tell you this. I regard woman as my mother. I regard myself as her son. This is a very pure attitude. There is no danger in it. To look upon woman as a sister is also not bad. A new type of relation is not mentioned in one of these. But to assume the attitude of a hero, to look on woman as one's mistress, is the most difficult discipline. He is not telling it is wrong. Huh? He has left the talk about those karta bhajas and others, and he is telling tantric. And he has described their dancing. Tarak's father followed this discipline. You remember? Mahapurush Maharaj's father was a great tantric sadhaka. And he told Mahapurush Maharaj, I could not succeed. I bless you, you should succeed. It is very difficult. So, first, difficult twice it has come. Most difficult, very difficult. In this form of sadhana, one cannot always maintain the right attitude. That is difficult. These are various paths to reach God. Now he's telling they are all paths. Each view is a path. It is like reaching the Kali temple by various different roads. But it must be said that some paths are clean and some dirty. It is good to travel on a clean path. So, you understand now, Thakur is not denying that they are paths. But to Narendra and others, he is telling you need not think about them. They are dirty paths and you should follow the clean paths. On the other hand, he is not denying that they are paths. But in practical life also he has described that instead of doing sadhana, they were dancing. So all this we should consider together. It is good to travel on a clean path. Many views, many paths. And I have seen them all. Because Thakur has to tell us which path we should follow. So even those paths which are not good unless he has seen them, how can I tell that it is bad? For example, he said, Hatha Yoga I have practiced and found that it is not useful. You need not do that. One becomes body conscious if one does that. Because he has practiced, so he is able to tell. So all this is not telling I have practiced. I have seen them all. That Vaishnacharan was in this Karta Bhaja or Gospada. And he had taken Thakur there. I have seen them all, but I don't enjoy them anymore. If he says anymore, that means, did you enjoy them? Oh, well, some pages here. हाँ, अनेक पद देखला ये सबार भालो लगे ना. Oh, you see, many times you are disturbed by the translation, though it is by Nikhilanji. Enjoyed and bhalo lage na, how much different it is.
Any more words now?
Now I do not enjoy means he has enjoyed. एखादे वर्ष मोठे नाही, अनेक पद देखला हे सवार भालो लागेल ना. So what should be the right translation? Many views, many paths, and I have seen them all. I do not like them anymore. ये सब आ रहा है ना. So now or anymore should be there. भालो लागेल ना. Don't like. I don't like them anymore. Instead of enjoy.
They don't appeal to me. They don't appeal to me, or appeal. They do not appeal to me. This like my thoda like.
Okay. Okay. They do not appeal to me anymore. Fine. That is good. Okay. And reason he is telling, they all quarrel. That means he understood this point. Within these dirty paths, little difference is there. And they will say ours is correct and yours is wrong. Parasparam viruddhante, tairayam na viruddhate, Gaudpal said. Now here he is telling, no one else is here and you are my own people. Let me tell you something. I have come to the final conclusion that God is the whole and I am a part of him, Vishitadvaita. That God is the master and I am his servant, Dvaita. Furthermore, I think every now and then that he is I and I am he. Straight away. So the three types of Vedanta, Dvaita, Vishtadvaita and Advaita, these are all right. There is not condemning them because he has told many times that in the beginning you have to be Dvaiti. So you are my own. Now I'm telling you that don't think of these dirty paths. Come back to Vedanta, and Vedanta has prescribed three paths. And Thakur is taking that upon himself. That is the most important point. I feel. I have come to the final realization that God is the whole and I am a part of him, that God is the master and I am his servant. Furthermore, I think every now and then, that means Advaita is not always possible. That he is I and I am he. Swami Vivekananda has found that in the Bible these three are there. And he has told people. Christ said, pray to the Father in heaven. And same Christ said, I am the vine and you are the branches. Grapes. And I and my Father are one. So it is from Thakur, Swamiji has learnt everything. The devotees listen to these words in deep silence. Because Thakur has told you are all my own. So it is meant for them. So we conclude, if we are to feel that we are Thakur's own, we should stick to any of these forms of Vedanta. Bhavanath, humbly. Some certain important points are coming with Bhavanath always. Previously, Swamiji said Bhavanath has given up this beetle, pan and two things. Fish. Then Thakur said, what is there in giving up? Only Kamkanchan is to be given up. Similarly here, beautiful, subtle difference. Bhavanath Amli, I feel disturbed if I have a misunderstanding with someone. I feel that in that case, I am not able to love all. Master, try at the outset to talk to him and establish a friendly relationship with him at the outset. If you fail in spite of your efforts, then don't give it another thought. You understand? And you have to love God. Will you go on? You try that you should feel friendly with him. But if you don't succeed, don't think of that. Take refuge in God. Meditate on him. There is no use in giving up God and feeling depressed from thinking about others. Clear balance. You try to become friendly with them. And in spite of your effort, you don't succeed, then don't think that way at all. Think of God, pray to God, surrender to God. So this is important, isn't it? Practical. Bhavanath. Great souls such as Christ and Chaitanya have admonished us to love all beings. That is his problem. Master, love you must, because God dwells in all beings. You see the difference? Not loving every person. You love all because God lives in all. And he's already told, love God. But salute a wicked person from a distance. You speak of Chaitanya. He also used to restrain his spiritual feeling in the presence of unsympathetic people. So Chaitanya's example also is given. No, he might have redeemed Jagai and Madai. But not everybody. So that everybody's senses remain. By loving God, in Swamiji's Bhakti Yoga we read that. By loving Samashti, we can love Yashti. Otherwise, I will tell another thing from Swamiji. Reading Swamiji's books, somebody made an impression, and his lectures also, that you have taught us to see God in each person, isn't it? Swamiji said, I have never taught such nonsense. I told you to see God who is in all. Not God in all. God in you, God in you, God in no. If you experience God in your heart, you will find that God is everywhere. So from God is everywhere, if the love flows, it's a different thing. An attempt to love each individual is totally wrong. Now Thakur is telling on 2-3 types. One is try, otherwise give up. And now he is telling, wicked person, he should not go very near. And he gave the example of Chaitanya. So Thakur told that, no, Chaitanya is a great person. But when he found unsympathetic people, he restricted his bhav. He did not express it fully. So you find all this subtle difference. You speak of Chaitanya. He also used to restrain his spiritual feeling in the presence of unsympathetic people. At Srivasa's house, he put Srivasa's mother-in-law out of the room, dragging her out by the hair. Up to this point.
What was the incident?
Srivasa is one of his pet devotees. And always we will find in Srivasa's house, Chaitanya is dancing. Mostly that is the scene. And everybody gathers there. Now, Srivasa's mother-in-law was not sympathetic.
Oh.
So he drew her by the hair and threw her out of the room. Up to this point, he has gone. So Thakur puts everything in the right. No, Bhavanath is not accepting that up till now. It was not he, but others who did it. Master, could the others have done it without his approval? What can be done? Suppose a man cannot make another love him, must he worry about it day and night? Must I waste my mind which should be given to God on useless things? So he is using strong language now. I say, oh mother, I don't want Narendra, Bhavanath, Rakala or anybody. Say, I seek thee alone. What shall I do with this man? So when Bhavanath is not agreeing, he is going to the absolute extreme. And Swamiji, he has replied in another way, you know that. Swami said, if you do Naren, then you will be attached. Thakur said, I see Narayan in you, therefore I love you. If I do not see Narayan in you, I will not even look at you. So this is clear, no? So Bhavanath is insisting, so Thakur has gone to that extreme. Beautiful statement, huh? Oh mother, I don't want Narendra, Bhavanath, Rakhala or anybody. I seek thee alone. What shall I do with man? Then he sings, huh? When the blissful mother comes to my house, how much of the Chandi I shall hear, how many monks will come here, and how many yogis with matted locks. You know this? This from Agamadi song. So I love that Durga. And if Durga comes, then those who are followers or devotees, they would gather. শুনবো কত চণ্ডী আছে না? So much Chandi I shall hear. And sadhus will come, Jatadhari Babajis will come, yogis. Huh? When I attain God, I shall attain everything. You read, na? What? Brahmavid apnoti param. I renounce gold and silver, saying, rupee is clay and clay is rupee. Gold is clay and clay is gold. With these words, I threw gold, silver, and clay into the Ganges. Then I was afraid. See, Thakur. Then I was afraid the thought that Mother Lakshmi might be angry with me. So, money is a symbol of Mother Lakshmi. Because I had treated her wealth with contempt, that she might even stop my meals. Mother Lakshmi, na? So I prayed to the Divine Mother, oh Mother, I want thee and nothing else. I knew that by realizing her, I should get everything. So, conclusion is the same thing. That is the gospel, huh? Bhavanath smiling. This is the shrewd calculation of a businessman. Thakur used to criticize Patwari Buddhi. So he says that you prayed to Mother Lakshmi. Master smiling. Yes, that is so. So, this is all right. Calculating means see God in all. When the Lord was pleased with a certain devotee, he is giving a beautiful example. He appeared before him and said, I am very much pleased with your austerities. Ask a boon of me. You know this? The devotee said, oh Lord, if you are gracious enough to give me a boon, then please grant that I may eat from gold plates with my grandchildren. Patwari Buddhi. One boon covered many things, wealth, children and grandchildren. Allah. So Thakur has shown that seeking God, you can get everything. Hazara was sitting on the veranda. Thakur is referring to Hazara now. Master, do you know what Hazara wants? He wants money. His family is in distress. He has debts. He thinks that God will give him money because he devotes himself to japa and meditation. You know about Hazara? In that they lived with God and all that, na? Hazara once told him, don't leave me, please. Thakur said, I will not leave you. And in the end, he fully blessed Hazara.
Swamiji also requested Thakur.
Swamiji was friend with him in the beginning.
So he requested Thakur to bless him.
Yes. And Thakur has blessed him, and Hazara's end was very good. After Thakur has passed away, Hazara lived. But in the end, he saw Thakur. But these are the two things. Na? He has come to Thakur, good, bad, and all that. Thakur analytically knows everything, but he has not thrown him out. But he should not set a bad example before others, and he should not teach them nonsense. That is careful. A devotee. Can't God fulfill a devotee's desire? Some people think like that. That when the flood comes, small pits also are filled up. So if God can give everything, then some desires also he can fill. Master, if it is his sweet will, you understand this point? No, sweet will, Thakur has said. If he finds that this will turn his mind to God, he will give. Yes, you are asking money. And that also God can give. But then don't ask bhakti. So many examples Thakur has given. Na? Krishna and Arjuna are going when the rich man invited them and gave some seeds. And Krishna told, may you get more and more wealth. Then a poor man invited them in a hut. He had only a cow. And he gave milk from that cow. And Krishna said, may your cow die. So Arjuna said, you have been deluded. He said, no. He wants that only. Let him get that. And this man's 99% mind has come into me. So that means at a time he did require the cow. But now his mind has come 99% in me. 1% is attached to that cow. So he is seeking the spiritual welfare of everybody. You know Upen's story, no? Now in the book I found Upen's story in a very different way. Upen is Swamiji's friend. In Bengal, there was a system of Kulin Brahmin. You understand that? There are some high-caste Brahmins. So people get their daughter married to this only for name. And he does not care for them. So Upen's mother was married like that. And Upen and his mother were absolutely poor. So when Thakur asked him one day, what do you want, Upen? He said, money. And he felt sorry afterwards. But Thakur said, you will get it, you will get it. No, he did not get it, means it did not come from heaven. His luck, you may say, and his effort. Somebody he was not able to run a press. So he was selling in a lower price. Upen took loan from somebody and purchased that. Then because of his business acumen, that became the Basumati press. And with that money, he was the first to distribute Thakur's photos free. And people used to say, this is not Basumati, this is Basumati or something, Sadavrat. Sadavrat, you know, we have given this name as Sadavrat. What you call Chhatra is Sadavrat, where the beggars and poor people would get food, prasad. So he used to unstintedly give money to help people. And Latu Maharaj used to live there. And he wanted only 4 annas fried gram. And Upen used to gladly give him. Swamiji heard in America and he has written a letter, this much is enough for Upen's moksha. That is helping Latu Maharaj. So money he got. But spent all the money. Thakur has said money is good if it is spent for Dev Puja and Sadhu Puja and poor people Puja. And that was Upen was doing. Anyway, Upen's name has come. Something more I will add. Thakur asked, one girl came. One mother brought her girl. And she wanted that girl to be married to Upen. And Thakur said, the girl is very good. Vidya Shakti. Upen, you marry. Swamiji, that girl was very dark in color.
Oh.
Yeah. So Swamiji criticized, told Upen, don't marry her. But she said that Thakur has approved me. She, till the end, was not happy with Swamiji. And you know that she was the last person on earth who has seen Thakur. And she used to live in Kashi. And Sweetanda told me in those days that to see her was like punya because she was the last person who has seen Thakur. Her name was Habi. Thakur changed it to Bhavatarini. Told her mother and others, change the name, Bhavatarini. That same name as Dakshineshwar Kali. So Thakur's views were different. Now this sweet will, I told a story several times. One boy, known to me in Mumbai, was a brilliant boy and elementary faith right from his childhood. Once he spoiled his paper, maybe in LLM Part 1. And he prayed to God out of his simple faith that I have spoiled this paper, plus make me pass. And he believed that he will pass, but he failed. Then he got angry or sulking on God. So he started telling God is not there, and if at all is there, he is not Sarva Shaktiman. If I had done good paper, what God does, but if I have spoiled and I am asking, he does not. So his friend brought him to me when I was in Mumbai. I said that God can do everything as per his will, not as per your will. And if he does everything as per your will, you will be Sarva Shaktiman, not God. That is what Thakur is telling. If it is his sweet will. If it is his sweet will, but God doesn't take entire responsibility for a devotee unless the devotee is completely intoxicated with ecstatic love for it. So that is a different thing. Ananya Chintayanto Mam, Yogakshamam Vahamam. So that is only for those devotees. At a feast, it is only a child whom one takes by the hand and sits at his place. Sits means makes him sit. What does that with older people? Who does that with older people? Not until a man thinks so much of God that he cannot look after himself does God take on his responsibility. Because I love God, so I can't take care of myself. Then God will do. This is a very important thing, no? That people are afraid that if I think of God, then what will happen to me? And all examples show that if you really think of God, you need not worry at all. How many stories I told you one day?
Sannyasi. Sannyasi looking at a newly married, pregnant woman.
Yeah, I'll tell that story again. In Mughal period, Damaji Panta was the collector in a district. And there was drought for some years. And people did not have food to eat. As collector, he was in charge of the grain store. And he opened it and distributed it to people. When the Nizam came to know about it, some people reported in their own way that he has usurped the money or something. Then Nizam ordered, tie him hands and feet and bring him to me. So they tied. Damaji did not resist. Knowing everything, he has done that. But a errand man, Mahar. Mahar is lowest scheduled caste man. And they are Bhangi generally, but they are errand people also. They were no post office. They used to send a message and this and that. It was one of their works. So a man with only a copy or a pagdi went to Nizam. And he said, "Who are you?" "I am Vithu Mahar. And my master has sent me, Damajipan." And seeing that the conditions are favorable, he has sold that store. And he got much more price. And I brought all that gold. Count it, give me a receipt. There is a beautiful cinema on that. That song and all that. And then he throws that gold coins. Count and give me a receipt. Then all people in the darbar, they are stunned. So much money. So the Nizam says, enough, enough, enough. Then he says that please stay. They were all impressed. He said, no, I have a lot of work, I'm going away. And then the Nizam ordered that remove his hands and feet and bring him with honor. So when he went, Nizam is asking that your man has repaid everything. And he is so charmed with that. I want to see him once more. Who was he? Vitumar. So Damaji understands that Vitu has done all this. And Nizam is insisting, I want to see him. So he prays to God, and God appears as Vitumar once more and disappears. That is the story. Anyway, several other stories. Namdev's maidservant, Janabai, she was highly devoted. And when she went to temple, Lord gave his necklace to her, garland. And people saw that necklace is not there. And they searched and found it in her room or her neck. And they caught her. They wanted to hang her. She is telling, God has given me. Who will believe that? And when they went to that hanging place, God appeared there and told that I have given it to her. So plenty of stories are there. But we don't believe what will happen to me, what will happen to me. I'll tell another funny story, Real story. One Pandit, he was devoted to Gita like anything. And he used to think that Gita is God's own image, Vangmai Murti, in the form of literature. Now, on this shloka, he felt a doubt. He believed that God does everything. But in that, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyam, I bring. So God may arrange, but will God bring? So he put a cross by reading on that word. And then he went to take river bath. There was some function in the house and he had nothing. So he went to take river bath. A boy came, bringing everything required for that function. And his heart was bleeding. And your husband has sent, he told the wife. Then the wife said, what has happened to your chest? He said, ask your husband. So that red cross which he has given has gone to heart. That is the story. Vangmai Murti. So plenty of stories are there, and man, I have told about myself many times. Some people, he sometimes misrepresented that day there. No, lot of stories I have not told. When I was in Rishikesh, that time 78, 79. No, I'll start from the beginning. When I was going from Belur Math, my friend Suitananda told me, please keep some money at least. Because in the chhatra, they do not give milk. And doctors say that without milk, the brain dries out. That made me more determined that I will not keep money. What do the doctors know? I don't say I know more, but God knows more. And suppose God has decided to make my brain dry, what shall I do? So I will not take any money. My full story is coming now. I had to modify my vow a little. I will not touch money. That was my vow. But in places like Kailash Ashram, very senior Swamis are giving you dakshina. Not to take it will be insulting them. So I accepted, but I will not use money for myself. So I should take money and put in a temple only. Okay. On this point, there are several incidents. Anyway, then after 1 month, I consulted my elders and what they told me, so I did it. But I said, what is this? In Belur Math, there is a bell and we get food. Here also a bell is given, we stand in line and we get food. And Thakur has told us Madhukari Bhiksha. So I shifted to Madhukari. One day, one Mataji, बटोर के कहाँ ले जाते हो? यहीं खा लो. That means in Madhukari, you collect from 5 houses, 7 houses, and sit near Ganges here. That is what they do. So that day, the butter ke gaya. And I threw my jholi and pot. I did not have a pot, some broken cup or I threw it in the Ganges. From next day, Karatala Bhiksha. Seeing Karatala, some people give full plate. Some people did not give at all. Some people give me on my hand. And plenty of municipal taps were there. So eat, wash your hand, drink water, go to the next house. Then a thought came to me, why should I go at all? Does God not know that I have a stomach? So whether I will go out or not. No, there were only one devotee family, Mahapurush Maharaj's disciples. 2 brothers and 1 widowed sister. And one of those brothers had shown me several temples in Rishikesh. So the thought came in my mind, all right, I will go to one temple every day. Now, first day, when I was going to a temple, with folded hands, I was looking here and there. So one lady called me and gave me full food. Then I went to the temple. And it is sadhu's claim that Charnamrita or that Batasa or something they give, that we should ask for. Then I was about to come out. Then the Pujari says, where are you going? Today's prasad will be yours only. Then I felt ashamed. I said, I have taken full food. Then somehow or other I told him that tomorrow I will come here. From next day, I did not look here and there. I went straight. For 15 days, I went to 15 temples and everywhere I got food. Then I thought, this is not good. Should I go or should I not? At that time, invitation came from Kailash Ashram for taking classes there. And the Mandaleshwar tried his best. You come and stay with us. I said, no, I will not do that. Then our sadhus want to learn from you. So any subject you choose and take a class. Their food was 10:30 in the morning in those days. So 9:15 to 10:15, I used to take class on Kathopanishad. Take food and come back only once a day. Then 2 months, he said that there are plenty of holidays. So whether it is class or no class, your food is there. But I never went. I'm going for a class and getting food there. So on non-class days, I did not go. Now one funny story I will tell you. There was an Indra Swami, some big responsible man from some other akhada. And with Vareshanji's permission, he was staying in our kutia for 1 month. Now there were 2 bell trees in our kutia. One had very good bell called Kashi's bell, very less seeds, and one was ordinary bell. And about that also I had made a rule. I will never pluck a bell. What is fallen, that I will take. So Indra Swami, what he used to do, if bell falling here and there, he would collect and keep in my veranda. And we say, बेल भगवान को मालूम है आज पीताम्बरानंद भिक्षा को नहीं जा रहा. रोज देखता हूँ बेल नहीं गिरता, 5 टपका दिए. Then after 2 months, I thought, what is that? I have a itching to go and take classes. If they want to learn, they will come. No, it was one of those 3-day holiday. So I stopped going. So it took them 3 days to understand. And Mandleshwar was not there. He had gone to Uttarkashi. So they started coming to me. And they used to bring Chhatra Bhiksha, or they got some 1 rupee, 2 rupee Lakshana, then cucumber, or one day watermelon. I thought today I have good Bhiksha. I ate the whole watermelon. In 20 minutes, passed away as urine, hungry old day. No, I had no social contact, but people around thought that he might be cooking himself. So somebody gave me 1 half kg bottle pickles. That is called Ajagra Vritti or Akash Vritti. It has 2 rules. You don't go out for food, and whatever comes to you, you have to eat that. So I ate that pickles. And Ganges water, gone drinking.
In one day?
1 shot. One day, somebody gave me same bottle, sugar. That I ate 1 shot. One day, now our devotees coming from Kankar. So our Swamis used to tell, our Swamis are living in Kutia, etc. So one day, Langda mango season, I ate 17 Langda Mamba one day. I remember that count because it is something special.
What if you fell ill after eating pickle? If you fell ill or
burning sensation. So I told you, go on drinking Ganges water.
But even then, even after drinking water, it will burn for whole day. No.
You know, I was not touching even any chili in those days. But Ganges water will make everything all right. Anyway, so what I was saying last time?
This Langra, 17 Langra mango. Langra mango.
Langda mango. People used to ask me, you have to eat balanced food. I said, in 7 days, I get balanced food. One day, up to 3 days fasting, twice it has happened. Nothing came, so nothing eating.
Then something came, or you had to go?
No, nothing. 3 days only Ganges water.
No, after 3 days, something.
4th day something came. No, on that one, householder is arguing. Suppose it had not come on the 4th day. I said, why should I suppose? I had not decided to do fasting. It is up to God whether He gives or not. One day, whole day, nothing had come. Of course, Varishanji had told me, get some labor and get work done. That is, so many stones are lying. So, plane the floor and put other stones near the wall like that. So, I had done that work. And somebody had seen that. Perhaps the contractor or somebody. And no food for the day. And we used to close our gates at sunset, 7 or 10 o'clock, there was a knock on the back door. So I went there and said, who are you? He said, please raise your hand. You need not open the gate. So gate was this much only. Now you will not understand that they built this and that. So I raised my hand. One full bread loaf and butter packet he gave. And who was that? I don't know. 10:30 in the night. If I have to continue further, this is Uttarakhand. And Uttarakhand, they love the sadhu, or they have the tradition. When you go for Madhukari, 9 out of 10 houses will not refuse you. Now I was in Chennai. And my friends asked me, you belong to that area, so please collect information about Narmada Pradakshina. So I wrote to devotees and friends in Indore and collected some books and gave to them. By that, they understood that they cannot do it. Traditionally, it requires 2.5 years because they do not proceed during Navratri. I thought we are in South India. Why not do it near Kaveri? Not Pradakshina. Kaveri in Tamil Nadu. Kaveri is born in Karnataka. In Mettur Dam, it enters Tamil Nadu. And Sri Rangam, after Sri Rangam, it is a delta. 10, 15 branches, they go to the sea. So that was my idea. One side, not Pradakshina. Mettur Dam to Sri Rangam, 220 kilometers. No, so many things I am not telling. And I took a vow that I will not beg for food. No Narayanari, nothing. Neither money, no Narayanari. And in South India, in Tamil Nadu, they did not know sannyasi. Their one idea was Padayatri. You know Padayatris? They go to some temple taking a vow. In those days, they will live like a sannyasi. Ladies, gents all. They will collect food, beg food and do and all that. That much is known to people. Anyway, so I left. I got food both times. I got coffee many times. Anyway, I'm not telling full story. It is time is up. Somebody said, why you are doing in Tamil Nadu? I said, what is the fun in doing in Uttarakhand? And I'm not doing believing in Tamil Nadu people. There is a mother. And mother knows that the child has got some brainwave. So it is up to her to feed me or not feed me. That is what I am telling. If you depend on God, God will give you. It is not a question of a sannyasi. You try? No. What will happen? Nothing will happen. That is the lesson Thakur is telling you. And he has given beautiful example. If a child is there, you seat him and give him food, and who will do this for an old man? Thakur's examples are masterstroke. Unless you experience something of this type, you are not a sannyasi. That is my idea. And people ask me, young people, how will we maintain our sannyasa? So I said this, Kam Kanchan Tag is elementary. But depending on Thakur is the only way to maintain your sannyasa. Total dependence upon Thakur. Anyway, time is over. My stomach was totally upset, loose motions like anything at the starting point. Knee painful, and with such thing I started. Om Tava Kathāmritam Tapta Jivanam Kaviviridhitam Kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Shrimadatatam Muigrunanti Ye Bhuridajana Om Shanti 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 Hare Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.